And so for us to go out in the first tournament and come out with such an emphatic win tells us that the work that has been going on in the last 2 years has not gone to waste. We've continued prepping the players. We've continued trying to drill into them the ethos of team spirit through the local series. We have a national series that runs throughout the year, and the series has still run both in 2020 and 2021. The 2022 one is currently ongoing, and so for people to now get slots in the national team, there is a lot of stiff competition. And so for these boys to go out there and do this, it basically just shows that they've set a high standard, and anybody that's looking forward to joining that team needs to make sure that they have everything right about their game.
It looks like the competition is really high, within the series to select the best four going for the same. But now you have an opportunity, say in 2 weeks, Kenya is hosting Uganda again in the Victoria Cup. We all know that it started in 2016, 16, 2017, 2018. Kenya won, then 2019 Uganda won. Then unfortunately since then COVID came. We've not had the same in the last 2 years, but we are now back again, and it's being hosted here in the country. You have an opportunity to parade another 10 golfers for the same. With the win that has just come through now from the Region 4, does this put pressure on you to retain, to get the title that Uganda last won in 2019?
Absolutely. Of course, being the hosts of the tournament, it always feels better when you win it. So this year's tournament is being hosted at the Limuru Country Club. And so the Ugandans, I am sure, especially after today, will be coming guns blazing. They will be coming to get their revenge. I'm sure it doesn't feel good for them to have lost at home to our Kenyan boys today, and they'll be coming to revenge. And so we also have to make sure that we don't make it easy for them. We put up a good fight, we put up a good team to make sure that we then get the trophy back that they won in 2019.
And as we look at all this, how ready are we as a union and as a country to host the Victoria Cup that will be coming up in the next 2 weeks, as you rightly put it, at Limuru Golf Club?
We are looking forward to it, and we're pretty ready. We selected, as a union, 16 players to go into camp. So those 16 players are currently working with a coach, John Leafland. And closer to the event, the coach is the one who will determine which 10 will actually carry the country's flag. So as far as team selection is concerned, that is ongoing, that is in place. We have a solid team or a good pool of people to choose from in order to select the final team. The course is in place. Limuru, as we speak today, is hosting part of the national series, the Limuru Open. And so that is all done, and players are just looking forward to going and battling it out there. Yeah.
Allow me to ask this because it's come out to be a key requirement, not for anything happening around, but even from a government point of view. For you to host such tournaments, there must be proper COVID protocols that have been put in place. How prepared are we from a COVID protocol point of view in terms of hosting our neighbors Uganda from a golfer's safety, organization, all logistics, but basically a COVID protocol point of view?
Excellent question. On that, we have one of the key things that the organizing committee is working on, which I am part of, is ensuring that all the players and officials that will be participating in that tournament will go through a test. And that has been the standard even for the other major regional and international tournaments we've held. And so everybody that will come into close proximity, especially the players, will have to be tested. And beyond the tests, we have to maintain all the other protocols of hand washing, social distancing, when people are not eating or speaking, having their masks on, especially when they're indoors. But golf is generally played in a more COVID-safe environment because it's primarily outdoors. But we're not taking anything to chance.
As we look at this, Honorable Secretary, in golf you call them HONSEC, here we are. The course might be, or not even might be, the course is smooth, is very green, but one thing, I might look at it from an individual point of view. The weather, the cold, how prepared, it's extremely cold. And yes. How, are you looking at it? It's not just going to affect the Ugandans, but even us Kenyans. Or have you taken our Kenyan, team to camp and train in Limuru to acclimatize and, just get used to the weather? It's extremely cold.
You're right. The weather is cold. That's nothing that any of us can control right now. It is nature. And that's the beauty also about the sport. We have a sport that is played in all sorts of conditions. So when it's very hot, when it's very cold, sometimes when it's rainy, as long as there is no risk of lightning, we play the game. So as you've mentioned, between now and the time of the tournament, the team will be going through practice sessions at Limuru. Not just to acclimatize to the course itself, but also to acclimatize to the weather and the conditions that they expect to be playing in. Yeah.
As we look at the development of the sport in the country and how far we've come, we seem to be headed in the right direction in terms of officiating. You are, a level 3 certified, official, which means you teach rules of golf and so many other things. At the moment, our very own Vincent Wangombe is in Scotland, out of just ensuring the same. This puts us into the international map still.
Absolutely. So this weekend, starting Thursday, we have the 150th Open, which is a really prestigious tournament. It's one of the 4 golf majors that all professional golfers look up to getting invited to, because you don't just show up and play at the Open. You have to qualify or get invited to play in it. So beyond the players, as you mentioned, Vincent Wangombe, who is also the CEO of the Kenya Golf Union, and a qualified referee in his own rights, was invited as one of the few invited referees to be part of this very auspicious event. So anybody watching the Open on TV this weekend, look out closely. You might just spot Vincent somewhere.
Congratulations to Vincent, a man who's been into this studio as well, talking to us about the Kenya Open Golf Championship and stuff. But another interesting thing today, the Kekoso Games, launch of the Kekoso Golf Tournament was this morning by CS Joe Musheru. That's at Kericho Golf Club with 120 golfers. How does this make you feel when you see so many other golf tournaments coming up? 120 is not a small number.
It's not a small number, and especially to see golf now becoming part of the Kekoso Games. The Kekoso Games have been running, for many years. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I was much younger and started getting interested in these things, I would never imagine that I would have seen golf as part of that. So this is a big milestone. This is something that encourages us as, the federation and organization that is charged with the growth of the game in the country, to see that it is being taken up in all sorts of different places and being recognized and now played as part of various other tournaments like the Kekoso that has been around for a very long time. So that's a really big step, and I applaud the organizers of Kekoso for doing that today. Yeah.
Well, we will be following keenly, and as David Ndungu says, it's a big milestone to also have golf as part of the Kekoso Games. In the yesteryears, it used to be football, maybe just netball, and that would be it. So, variety of games coming in. The games will be happening on the 24th to the 29th July, and will be happening in Kericho. Also, a lot to talk much about. Let's now talk to something that is close to your heart and you chair. That's the Unified Handicap Committee. Many would ask, what is Unified Handicap?
So the way the game of golf is run, there are 2 main divisions of golfers. Amateur golfers, whose skill and ability is gauged using what is called a golf handicap, and professional golfers. So professional golfers are those who have transcended their amateur ranks and now play the sport for a living and for money. So majority of the golfers in the world are amateur golfers who you find as members of different clubs. in order to ensure that there is fair competition, all amateur golfers that want to participate in golf competitions have to get a golf handicap. And that is something that gets done at their club level, within the club that they belong to. It now then goes to a national level, and the organization I head, or the committee I head, which is a Kenya Unified Handicapping and Course Rating Committee, is a national body that is responsible for ensuring that golf handicapping is done properly, is consistent across the country, is balanced for men golfers and lady golfers and senior golfers and kids. So we help clubs manage everything to do with golf handicapping. And beyond handicapping, we are also responsible for ensuring that golf courses are rated properly. So every golf course is not the same, and the obstacles and challenges on a golf course will vary. However, there needs to be some sort of level playing field, so that when someone plays golf at Nyali Golf and Country Club and then travels and plays golf at Kitale Golf Club, the game they're playing is the same in as much as they're playing at different courses. So those courses have to be rated, and that rating experience, or the actual rating to understand how every course should be playing, is what the committee handles. So it's a technical aspect of ensuring that the game runs seamlessly and that every golfer gets an equal opportunity to enjoy their game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ndung'u. Honorable Secretary, Kenya Golf Union, my director tells me I'm completely out of time, but I'll give you 30 seconds. If I was to give you 30 seconds and just wrap it up, what can you assure Kenyans now that we are hosting the Victoria Cup in 30 seconds?
Our plan as the Kenya Golf Union and as Kenya is to make sure we bring the cup back to Kenya. And we believe that with what we have achieved this week at Lake Victoria Arena, we are in a very good place to do that. And we look forward to continue to grow the game. We are bringing a lot of young kids into the sport. We believe that is the next phase for the game of golf.
Thank you very much, David Ndung'u, Honorable Secretary, Kenya Golf Union. We appreciate you making time to be with us. And of course, we congratulate our brothers for the victory in Uganda and wishing them all the best as they also take part in the Victoria Cup. Thank you very much.
Asante sana.
Well, it's at this point that we wrap up this afternoon's show. Remember, live action of the ongoing World Athletics Championships will be coming to you later in the evening. But at exactly 4:30, we'll be bringing you highlights of how day one unfolded. From me in studio, on behalf of everyone who's been behind this transmission, the transmission controller, the producer, the director, the cameraman, the sound technician, not forgetting the designers, I want to say, kuonana kesho ni majaliwa yake Mwenyezi Mungu. Remember, it is an evening that we have a final 10,000 meters that will be coming up at exactly 10:20. Margaret Chelimo, Helen Obiri, and Sheila Chepkurui will be flying Kenya's flag. But lots of action to talk about. Keep it KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner. Kuonana kesho ni majaliwa yake Mwenyezi Mungu. Bye-bye for now.
Hey Ali, I heard you escaped from the Al-Shabaab. How did you end up there?
Well, a friend of mine, Juma, promised me that I could get a good job. Next thing I knew, I was apparently recruited to fight for Al-Shabaab, something I was not prepared for. Couldn't take it anymore. This is not what I signed up